You're listening to AK-47 Radio, bringing you the best of the motherland with more autism and fewer FPV drones. Man, I screwed that up.
Yeah, you did, you fucking wienerhead.
Yeah.
AR-15 podcast. 15 minutes prior to 15 minutes prior, son, is how you end up at PT at 01:30. Because your squad had to be there 15 minutes prior to when the platoon had to be. I'm not going to go down that road, but you know. So that
You're
was
already halfway down that road. Anyway, tonight we are not joined by our party janitor, Sam Alexander. Apparently his gig moonlighting as a janitor for the local oligarch caused some scheduling conflicts. However, I am joined by our Cosmonaut General, Mikhail Gonzalez. And as always, fuck you. And as always, I am Comrade Commissar Will. How you doing, dude?
I'm all right, man. How about you?
Hey, you know, I'm here. That's what I tell people at work when they ask me that question.
You know, when I go to work and they're like, how you doing, man? I'm like, I'm alive. And I ask how they're doing, and they're like, living the dream. And I'm like, I was in the military. That's code for I want to kill myself.
Yep. That's the other one. Living the dream one day at a time, and nightmares count.
So true.
Yep. Oh, so I heard you had bread. You must be getting all that Cosmonaut General pay.
Yeah, they feed the cosmonauts because they want the cosmonauts to go to space. They don't necessarily want the cosmonauts to come home from space, but they need to be fed well enough to get in there in the first place.
That's fair. How is cosmonaut bread? You know, how you have like cosmonaut ice cream and cosmonaut and all these other meals.
You know, it's cosmonaut much to talk about.
I opened the door right for that one and slammed it in my own face. Damn it.
Well, if you're going to set them up for me, I'm going to knock them down. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, anyway. So what did you do this week to advance the party's interests or just to live another week?
As a matter of fact, I survived another week despite my best efforts.
Gotta do better.
I have to. I went to my range's pistol match on Wednesday night, and I had a grand old time. Number one, as our viewer may recall, I was having issues with my gun jamming constantly, and ever since I bought the new gun, the Glock 17, and have been running that in competition, it has been going swimmingly. No jams, no failure to fire, failure to reject, nothing. Just it works when I pull the trigger, which is all I can ask of a Glock.
It's literally the only good thing about a Glock is 99% of the time it works every time.
You know, people say that, but I genuinely believe that the 17-degree grip angle actually helps reduce recoil. And the reason I believe that is because when you're holding a handgun, and for those listening auditorily, suck it. When you're holding a handgun, and your support wrist or your support hand is actually, you know, supporting the handgun, your recoil mitigation comes mostly from your grip. What I mean by that is, oh fuck, that is one loaded bullet. Okay, so there's so much. When you're shooting two-handed, your support hand's on the pistol, and your support thumb should be locked out straight forward, pointing forward. Yes. Glocks help me affect that because they, instead of kind of pointing 17 degrees differently than normal guns do. They point 17 degrees downwardly, and that extra little bit of downward angle helps both your wrists lock into place. And when your wrists are locked, you're automatically reducing recoil. You're not reducing recoil. Recoil is just
You're
felt.
controlling recoil.
Controlling it. You're controlling your recoil impulse. Your gun's not recoiling wildly left or right, up and down. It's just a quick pop, up and down, straight up and down, pop, straight up and down. And I think Glocks really help me affect that.
I used to really despise, like, it was the Ford versus Chevy argument for me. I absolutely despised Glock, and one of the reasons was the grip angle. As I've gotten used to it, I don't mind it as much, but I also don't think it matters as much. I think it's more that Glock says that they innovate and they make all these awesome changes, and they barely do anything except from what I've seen so far with the Gen 6. They actually, I don't know, did some things that could be useful. But like for years, I've been saying it. Shadow Systems is a Glock Gen 3 clone, but it is what Glock should have been making for the past decade. Optics ready, out of the box, no plate system required, way better ergonomics, way better texture, way better trigger. Yes, it's, I don't know, what, a third more than a Glock, but it's a way better gun. And it's only a third more if you get like their elite tier line. You can get their foundation series that has 99% of the benefits for basically the same price as a Glock.
That's fair. I mean, I can't argue with that.
No. I mean, I will never buy another. I do not see myself ever buying another Glock.
AR-15 podcast in the chat said, mitigating the recoil. Thank you, Duels. I appreciate it.
Yes. We have to say it in his voice, though. Mitigating
the recoil. Yes. Unless he's Garth, then it's slightly less deep. And if it's Joe, it's like, mitigating the recoil.
Yeah, Dusky says the grip angle argument is essentially null when a bit of training is applied. I hate clocks.
Me too. Well, I never know what time it is.
We know, hence the reason we were late going live tonight.
Shut up. Walked into it.
And yeah, no, I agree. I haven't been training with as many different pistols as I used to back when I was younger. I mostly train with my carry gun these days, but I used to be able to just close my eyes, pick up a Beretta or a Glock or a 1911 or whatever, and point it, open my eyes, and basically have it lined up. I might have to make some minute adjustments here or there, but I didn't have like multiple degrees of offset on the sights because I was so used to one particular platform. And if you get used to whatever you're shooting, hell, it can be a Star Trek hand phaser that's almost a 90-degree angle, like, or almost perpendicular to the ground, parallel to the ground, and you can get used to it. Sorry, words are hard.
Words are hard. Also, you had to bring Star Trek into it. I don't know if you said Star Wars or Star Trek. It's not registering with me currently. But
I said Star Trek, but yes.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say it, but Duel said it first in the chat. The natural point of aim is a thing.
Yes, it is. But I think that has more to do with body alignment. And again, if you get used to wrist at this angle, whatever that angle is, then that kind of becomes, I know muscle memory is not really a thing, but everybody understands that term. That kind of becomes your natural point of aim. Like I've noticed, again, because I've been training with my Glock clone so much lately, if I pick up a Beretta, now I have to bring it back up because I'm burying the front sight too much on a natural presentation.
I have the exact opposite issue with these Glocks, every time I bring them up for dry fire, well, not every time, but like when I'm like, ooh, Glock, and you go to present, my front sight is always an entire block higher than the rear sight. And I'm like, no, down. Good boy. And once I go down, both my wrists just feel so much shit. Once I bring the front sight post down to be level with the rear sights, I should say.
I tried to hold it in.
Thanks for the attempt. But yeah, exact opposite issue. And I think that's probably why a lot of genuinely, I have never met somebody who hated Glocks because they malfunction all the time. Everybody I've ever met that hates Glocks, it's purely the way they feel.
Yeah. I hate the way they feel. I hate the way they look. I used to be snobby and hate that they were made out of plastic. I always said, if I want a plastic gun, this is before I was legally able to buy a handgun. I was like, if I want a plastic gun, I'll go to Walmart and get it from the toy aisle, which doesn't exist anymore, sadly. But now, like, the vast majority of my pistols and many of my rifles are polymer. So, like, Glocks are good guns. The only malfunctions I've ever had in my Glocks have been from when I bought them in California. They came with the factory Glock 10-round limited single stack mags, and those things gave me all kinds of troubles. But since I got Freedom mags, no issues.
Did I talk about the 15-round mag that I got when I was 17?
You didn't. You may have on Let's Go Hunt,
I know
but you did not on the show.
I brought it up like in one or both of our signal chats, but I did not. I just don't know if I brought it up on the show.
I don't remember either. Too many brain cells are dead floating around in here. So go ahead, do it again.
So I've got one brain cell, and it's just floating around in there going, wee, kind of like Pong, boing, boing. It's like a screensaver, but it's a brain cell instead of a flying toaster. Shit, I was too busy making jokes. I forgot I was going to talk about
your 15-round magazine.
Oh, right. So when I bought the Glock 17, they were like, "Oh, congrats! It came with a magazine." And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "It's a 15-rounder," and I was like, "Oh." So when I bought a bunch of those extendos, I talked about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
I picked the 15 round up, and I was like, "I wonder what you've got inside." So I opened it up to see what it had inside. Turns out it was a spring and a plug. Nice. And I took the plug and went, "I don't need this," and threw it away.
Yeet.
Yeet. Yeet that shit. Do do do.
I love that song.
And now it's a 23-round magazine.
As it should be.
Indeed, that is the natural order of things.
Speaking of which, we talked about Ace a good bit last time, and we've been talking about it in the group chat as well. I had set mine down for the longest time, partly because I got kind of bored. I had kind of done all the stages except for the super movie ones, and I don't really want to do a fucking bunch of moving in my living room, and I don't want to use the joystick to move myself. So I just kind of skipped those stages, and I got bored with the lack of new stages. But I picked it up recently. They've added a crap ton of new stages and some other features. But one of the things I noticed that they added is more accessories and mods for your guns. So I recently just spent a bunch of brass getting the 23-round Glock mags, or generic polymer magazines, as they call them, and the 27-round mags that fit in the MR 920, which is what I carry and what I use in the game. So I've been having a lot of fun having to do less slap reloads.
That's good. I find it amusing that those we talk to in our signal chats are like, "I don't reload." You're not doing it right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the slap reload is stupid as fuck, but it's a motion. Go through the motions. You're just hurting yourself if you're not going through the motions.
I agree. I mean, it would be cool if they would come out with handsets that you could eject the mag on, and you could just have loaded weight mags in mag pouches on your belt, or from your concealed carry setup. Like, I carry a couple of spare mags It would be cool to be able to practice that, but
Yeah. Like there's no practical way, because if you eject the weighted mag and it like then you have to have it dangle from a string, and then you have to find
no,
it.
just let it
Instead of-
fall. Just let it fall and have the handset come with like 3 total mags, like a good pistol should.
While I don't disagree with the merit of that idea, I still don't have a well, I have a belt. I have several belts I can put this on. I don't have a holster for it. And yeah, mag holsters are not that big a deal. Like we all have those laying around the house willy-nilly.
Yeah, and that's kind of really what I'm more getting at is the mag pouches. I don't have a holster for mine yet either. That's something I intend to order soon. But just being able to eject mag, put mag in, maybe even have a button on it to simulate a or like we were talking about with a light controller, have a button that interfaces with the controller somehow to drop the slide so you can actually simulate reloading.
Mm-hmm. You pop the mag in and
Hit the slide release.
Yeah, and it goes ka-chunk, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. The only other cool thing they could do would be to somehow add in a movable slide with a weight that simulates recoil with like CO2 or battery power or something.
See, now you're getting into those law enforcement training simulators, which are cool as fuck, by the way. Man, those were cool.
You know, the coolest so cool simulator I've ever done was
I don't really think I want to know.
Was a it's actually not that far from here. It's a live fire indoor range. It's basically a Connex out the back of this co-op shop that also happens to have a really cool gun shop in it. And you go out in this Connex box, shut the door, and there's a projector screen at the end. And you can do the scenarios and somebody can control the outcome. So like if you're being super aggro with somebody that's being fishy, they can make them attack you or be more aggressive, or they can make them comply, or somebody else can basically screw with you in the situation. But it's a projector screen and it has these filaments that run through it. And you can either use a laser pistol or you can use a real gun with real ammunition and put holes in the screen, and it will figure out where your shots were. And you can do a debrief like after the fact of, oh, hey, here's the shots you missed. And some of these scenarios can be kind of screwed up. Like people are suicidal, or there can be innocents involved with guns pointed at them and you have to do something about it. It's a really immersive kind of thing. That and simunitions are probably the most realistic feeling training I've ever done, because like your emotions are involved. You're having to think about your actions, what's going on, what could happen, what's legal, what's moral, what's ethical, all the different stuff while you're in the middle of the situation.
When I was in the law enforcement academy back in 2005, I'm not going to bore us all with that why I'm not a cop story.
It's because you hate the ATF. It's okay. We all do.
Dude, that shit in Minneapolis, everybody's like, oh, I'm glad the dog's okay. I'm constantly like, it's ICE, not ATF. Of course the dog's fine.
Yeah.
So we did the...
Wait, what color was the dog?
It doesn't matter. It's Jesus. We went through the simulator training, and I remember one particular scenario, and there's this dude, he's walking through an alley and he's holding a car seat. And you're like, oh, sir, stop right there. In the name of the law, you have to stop. And the guy's like, blah, 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 and wandering around all weird. And when you finally, again, it's the very same thing. You get to pick the scenario. The instructor behind you chooses it's a choose your own adventure,
Mhm.
but it's your actions that are choosing the adventure, not reading ahead to page 57 and finding out what bad thing happens and going,
Oh
never
yeah.
mind. So I'm like, I'm trying to approach this dude, and he's not having any of it. And finally, he pulls out a huge machete, and I'm like, put the machete down, put the machete, like, drop it, like, as best I can. And of course he doesn't drop it. Instead, he holds it to the baby's head and then goes like this, and that's when I put a headshot between his eyes. And at that point, the instructor called it off, and he's like, all right, explain to me your reasoning. And I was like, fuck you. He was about to, like, machete the baby. What reasoning? He's like, well, why didn't you go for the C response? And I'm like, what C response? Like, his head was clear. I took the headshot. It's B. There's a reason it's A response, B response, C response. B was open, so I took B. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I
I've
was like, I didn't appreciate being questioned like that, but at the same time, he had to, because that's his job. Because if I just took a shot without taking a shot and thinking about all that and all of the things that I said, then that's bad. But
mhm.
I gave him all the information he was after, so that's good.
Yes. And it's also okay, well, if this is real life, you're going to have to go to court and answer for this. And we want to make sure that if you're on the stand getting questioned by a defense attorney or a prosecutor or whoever, that you can articulate these things and handle at least the basics of, oh, this is my thought process
Right.
in the moment, totality of circumstances. So yeah, the thing I'm talking about is literally the exact same thing. I've done one of those before as well, and
Let
they
me let
haven't.
me let me I'm sorry. There's one thing I wanted to make clear. He asked me, "Did you hear him say I will kill the baby?" And I was like, "No, I just saw him go like this." And so I took the shot. And he's like, "You didn't hear him say I'll kill the baby?" No. He played it again. Dude clearly said, "I'll kill the baby."
Yeah,
I completely missed that part. But
all
all I saw was that's all I needed.
it sounds stupid. I mean, you're looking at a movie projector screen,
Yeah.
but auditory exclusion and a lot of those other stress responses still come into play, even though you know it's not real.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've done that before. The same thing. I had a partner when I was doing it. It was kind of law enforcement training. I had a taser. The partner had pepper spray. We roll up, altercation in a parking lot, again simulated. Blah blah blah. Guy goes to show a gun. They're screaming at each other. My partner draws his pistol. I draw the taser. And as soon as the guy goes for the pistol we already knew was there, I tasered him. My instructors thought that I shot him with my pistol. They didn't realize I had actually pulled the less lethal. And they were like,
You
oh,
didn't go taser, 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 and then
that's
fire
even
a shot
better.
directly into his heart?
No, because I pulled the trigger when he decided to pull a gun, knowing that my partner had the lethal option.
I mean, that's valid.
Yeah.
Um,
I could talk about this stuff for hours.
That's why we're here.
Yes. Well, we're here for an hour ish.
But to being able to talk about it for hours is why we're here. Okay, so let me
I'm
give
an
you.
expert.
I did it. Let me give you a rundown of the match real quick. First stage was pretty cool. It was 8 targets, 1 round to each of the 8 targets arrayed in a semicircle in front of you, and 1 round to each of the 8 targets, reload, strong hand 1 round, reload, weak hand 1 round. That stage was Virginia count, which means you have exactly 8 shots, no more, no less, per thingy. So 24 shots total. I did not fire 24 shots. I fired a few more than that. And then at the end of the stage, I looked at the R and went, that was Virginia count, wasn't it? And he was like, yep. So I got like a lot of procedural penalties on that stage. However, the RO is either a master or a grandmaster in USPSA, and he's also a really cool dude. he was whispering words of like sweet encouragement, nothings in my ear the entire match. And
Words of
after this one,
affirmation.
yes, they're my love language. I've been affirmed.
Mm.
He was like, dude, yeah, you fucked it up, but I loved how fast you whipped through that on the freestyle with the first 8 targets. And I was like, yeah. It's like, look at your split times: 0.39, 0.41, 0.38, 0.41. And this is target to target. Some people can't even get a second shot on target on the same target in 0.4.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
probably
all
couldn't,
right.
honestly.
My splits on same target are generally around 0.25, 0.3.
Yeah.
So I was taking an extra 1/10 of a second to transition targets. That's, in my opinion, that's a win for
Absolutely.
me. Second stage was second stage, whatevs. I'll put the videos up on my IG later. Third stage was also third stage. I just was the entire time he was just, I like what you did there. You whipped through that, like good words of encouragement instead of like, nah, that sucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's important. One, especially for newer shooters, like I find a lot of people want to give newer shooters shit or discount them or intentionally set them up for failure because they want to laugh about it. And that's fucking gay and retarded.
Uh-huh. That's
But
gayer than
also,
2 dudes having sex with each other, to be honest.
it is. It's gayer than 5 dudes having sex with each other.
That's gayer than the pile of dudes trying to prevent the
Dirty
Brett
Mike and the
from the
boys.
future.
Yeah. But I
This is
also
gayer
want,
than the pile of dudes having sex with each other. Back
yes.
to the pile. Back to the pile.
I also find it interesting that you're like, so the first stage, I really fucked it up.
Oh, I did.
But all these other stages, I don't really remember they existed. Like, we're so good at focusing on our flaws and what we mess up. I'm guilty of it as well. And this is every aspect of life. Like beating yourself up or just constantly reminding yourself of something that you failed at or didn't do as well at as you wanted to. And then your successes or the things that you at least handled appropriately just kind of get glossed over. So I just wanted to point that out because I'm sure there are a lot of people, all like 3 of them that are listening to this for the next 20 years that are like that. And I want them to know that they're not alone.
I'm ADHD, dude. I focus on my failures and I don't have successes.
Yeah.
I have move-ons.
It's because you
all
were in the
right, you got
military.
past it. Move on.
Yes.
It was cool though. Like I did the 8 targets and then reloaded and then started from the right to the left. Went 2 targets in, remembered, ooh, it's only one hand. It's only strong hand. So I went back and shot them all strong hand, and both times I shot with 2 hands on the gun were procedurals. Both times I shot with 1 hand on the gun were procedurals. And then the 5th time I shot with all 5 were procedurals. Why? Because it was Virginia count. Every extra shot cost more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I fucked it up so bad. But honestly, when you look at the video and you're like, damn, that speed is.
Yeah. If you don't know the rules, it probably looks pretty good.
Honestly, if I hadn't been late.
Whoa, wait a minute. You were late to something? Oh, this is me clutching my pearls right now. I cannot believe it.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, I can't believe it. My dear heavens. Anyway, it started at 4. We got there at 3:57, and I was waiting in the bay or in the lobby for an RO to come let us into the range. And when I got in there, I was feeling a little rushed, didn't pay too close attention to the stage briefing. If I'd seen it was Virginia, or if I had heard it was Virginia during the stage briefing, probably wouldn't have fucked it up that bad. But doesn't matter because I had fun.
So I'm assuming it's Dooley. AR-15 podcast says Milo training. That's absolutely it. That's the thing I was talking about with the screen where you can use either a laser pistol or live ammo. Like I said, there's one about an hour from here.
He says he's an instructor on that. Nerd.
Well,
Jealous nerd.
still, it's really cool. I actually took a crap ton of video. I never posted any of it, but I'll have to put it up private or something and share it in the group chat
I
because
love
it
your
is
private videos.
really cool. Yeah, but the ones you see are the ones that they're behind a paywall. I'm talking
Oh.
about putting this one out there for free for our group.
So this isn't we're talking only freeze versus only fans. Got it.
Yes.
Heard.
1000%. Um yeah,
What did you
anything.
do to advance the party half an
Oh
hour
yeah,
in?
we haven't talked about that yet. Um I we kind of talked about it. I picked up my ace again for the longest time after quite a bit of a break. Again, I was really happy to see that they added some new features, some new stages. We were talking about it in the chat. Um, the new dark range where it's dark and you have a pistol light and you can like kind of see the outline of the closer targets, but you have to use your light to search for different things is a really cool feature. And I'm really happy that they added that because, again, how many people actually get to go either out in the middle of the night and shoot when it's pitch black outside or go to a range where they'll let them turn the lights off and shoot with a weapon light? Very, very few. I've only gotten to shoot in the dark with live ammunition one time. I've gotten to shoot in the dark or with strobe lights with sim munitions a few times, but again, it's a pretty rare thing for most people to be able to do.
Mhm.
So to give everybody that has ACE access to low light, no light training is at least a step up from your standard range session, especially if you're limited, unfortunately, like some people are, to indoor ranges. Because indoor ranges are fucking awful and I hate them with a passion.
The only
I've
thing I
never
hate
used.
about them is the reverberating booms
Mm.
with the gunshots. Like
I've also.
outside, gunshots just fade into the distance, but indoors,
Yes.
ugh, it's the only problem I have with them.
I've also never used one like yours where they can just open up the entire bay and you can move around and do stages and all the walls are bulletproof.
Mhm.
The only ones I've ever used are lanes where please don't shoot anything but the giant pile of rubber at the end.
Especially the walls. Please don't shoot the walls, especially.
Yes, or the baffles.
Like, the ceiling's okay because we got bulletproof shit up there because we expect your dumbass to hit the ceiling, but please don't shoot the walls.
Yeah. So that I mean, I know that there are ranges like that that are indoor where it's like 100 yards. It's basically a basketball stadium of a range and you can shoot pretty much 180 degrees and be safe. I've just never shot in one of those.
The tactical bays at my range, both the north and the south location, are they're not only they're game changers. That's really what they are. They're game changers because they're giving you opportunities you would not normally find anywhere else outside.
Yes. And that's why I like where we went night shooting. And there's another local range that has some bays like that where you can do a lot more dynamic stuff if you've got the place to yourself. It's just better overall than, hey, stand here, shoot that target right in front of you and nothing else.
Yeah.
And I find it far more pleasurable for one. I mean, it's the same thing as what you're talking about, except like you said, it's outside, so you don't get all the echo. But even if it had to be indoor, like I think the worst thing you can do to a brand new shooter or somebody that's thinking about getting a gun for the first time is take them to an indoor range. Because
The
not
noise and
only.
the reverberation will piss them off. It'll scare them off.
Absolutely. And you've got other people on the line shooting at the same time, creating even more of that noise and reverberation.
That's what I was thinking of as the other people. I didn't say that specifically, but I have run into some boisterous individuals at my range indoors, and it can be intimidating. You're like, I'm just trying to put the holes in the paper. Can you guys shut the fuck up, please?
Mm-hmm. Dusky asked where my content mostly is. Yes, YouTube and Rumble. I do have all my stuff auto port over to Rumble. However, I haven't posted anything since GunCon of 2024. That's something I have to fix. I have to unfuck my life, but I'll get there.
That'll take a while.
You know what? It will take the rest of my life, however long that is. But that's one of the reasons I agreed to be part of this podcast, is because I figured it would get me a little bit more motivated to go make more content, which I did a few weeks ago. I just haven't like gotten enough to put together and edit and post a video. I like long form stuff. I don't like the shorts and the reels and all the Gen Z fucking new kid on the block things. I like to actually do stuff.
Gotcha. I don't like any of that.
Look, I fired a magazine through a gun. Look how cool this gun is. Yeah, no, I don't like that stuff.
I just post my videos. Like, here's me shooting. Here's 2 angles. Deal with it. That's all you get.
Yeah. It's also why I bought that drone, so that when we go out and we're doing things, I can have it follow me around like I'm in Ukraine.
You didn't have to buy a drone for that. I'll do that. You just got to pay me.
Yeah, but now you can shoot and I don't have to pay you.
That's fair. I like shooting. I guess that's okay. Okay. I'll let you win this one. As you drink out of your canteen cup. That better have the chocolate protein shake powder in it.
So you shit your guts
out tomorrow.
It's the lemon lime electrolyte powder.
That's not even nearly as good.
Yes, it is, because protein should be mixed with milk. Dude, Dooley. Yes, same, Dooley. Dooley says, I just suck balls at video editing. I suck at it and I fucking hate it.
It's not. It depends on your program. And it also, I guess, it depends on what kind of editing you're trying to do. All I do is shorten the videos, shorten the B-roll that I've taken, and create the A-roll, I guess it is.
That's pretty much what I do, but then I'll add text or something, and yeah, I fucking hate it. I don't know why. I've also never liked making PowerPoint presentations, and I feel like
nobody likes making
but I feel like video editing is just like the next step of the next level of hell below PowerPoint.
I think they're the same level of hell. It's just a different circle, as it were.
The circles and the levels are synonymous.
Yeah,
it's like saying
that's the joke, dickhead.
I was about to say that's like saying clip and magazine, but okay.
No, it's not, because those are different things.
Yeah, but I was gonna fuck with you. You just got to it quicker than I did.
Fucking do a whole podcast thinking clip and magazine mean the same. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Welcome to the Clipazine podcast.
No, thank you.
Okay, so I have a question, and I know you have to step away for a minute. So I'll ask you, you give me your answer, and then I will go on a tirade about my answer.
Yes, please give me your tirade so I can go pee. I would appreciate that.
Yes. All right, I guess I'll ask myself the question first, and when you get back, I'll ask you the question. So for a little while, guys, you're going to have to deal with this lovely voice all on its own. Why are you not leaving right now to go pee?
Well, you were going to ask me the question.
I said I would ask myself first so you could go pee. I'm trying to be nice. It's a rare thing. Take advantage.
I don't understand when people are nice to me. It's confusing and it feels weird.
I don't either. Just pretend you're being nice to yourself. I'm sure you do that often enough.
I can't do that on camera.
At least not behind a paywall.
Correct. Ask
right.
the question. I'll be right back.
Okay. So the question I wanted to ask this week, and I'll be honest, it's because I'm a fucking retard and I'm not cool enough to know things. I thought SHOT Show was this week, but turns out SHOT Show is actually next week. But I want to talk about if you could ask a genie to make one thing or one category of a thing be the new hotness at SHOT Show this year, or at least to be introduced and actually available, not vaporware, not, oh, it's going to be introduced fourth quarter 2028 and then it never shows up on the market. What would you pick to show up this year and why?
I would pick
And
politicians that adhere to the Constitution. I think the reason is obvious why.
those do not show up at SHOT Show. Even the ones that show up at SHOT Show don't adhere to the Constitution. So anyway, I would pick. I'm really curious to. I hope he's not listening right now. I want Comblock ammo from an American manufacturer that's at Wolf or inflation adjusted Wolf prices. So 7.62 by 39, 5.45, 7.62 by 54R, 9 mil Makarov, 7.62 by 25. I want all these ammos that have gotten way too damn expensive and have become way too damn hard to get a hold of to start being produced by a manufacturer in high enough quantities that they can be extremely affordable like they used to be. Um, for example, yes, you can still get stuff, but it's like 3 or 4 times the price of what it was before all the import bans. I don't care if it's match grade. I don't care if it's super accurate. You give me a 7.62 by 39 round that's 4 MOA out of a match barrel. Okay, fine. It's still cheap plinking ammo. If you give me ammo that is, as long as it's reliable and it's affordable, I don't care if it's steel case. That's what I want. To recap, since you ran away, I said a Wolf price Comblock ammo in extreme affordable quantities.
Back like 2018 days. Oh, you know what? No, fuck 2018. 2018 sucked.
2012, 2007.
2013 days. 2011, like when 7.62 was like 17 cents a round.
Yeah. When you could buy 9 mil Makarov by mistake instead of 9 by 19, but you bought it because it was like a fifth of the price of a case of 9 mil or 9 by 19. Yeah, those days.
Yep.
So that was my answer. Did you hear the whole question or do I need to repeat it for you?
I heard the whole question and my answer remains the same.
Okay, but something that's actually in the realm of possibility?
Oh, you wanted realistic answers. Fuck you.
Something that could show. Well, I guess I did say if you could ask a genie to make one thing happen.
Right. Like,
so that's fair.
There are 4
rules.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. While you're thinking about it, Dr. Scary Guy, I'm assuming he's talking about an AR in an AK podcast, but he says sometimes I use index finger to put on the safety. I do that pretty much exclusively with ambi safety ARs. I really it's faster, it's more comfortable, and I know my finger is nowhere near the trigger at that point.
That's my safety, sir.
Yes.
No, I'm with you. I was actually teaching the fundamentals class that I teach weekly today. We just decided that today was going to be the day we're going to play with rifles. And one of them had an ambidextrous safety. And I was like, so with you and your ambi safety, all you have to do to put the safety back on when you come down is drag your finger right along the bottom of it. And he's like, huh? I was like, you didn't know that? No. Now you do. So he started dragging his finger on the bottom and he was starting to put it on safe. And he's like, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Speed doesn't really matter as much when you're putting it on safe, but it's still just I don't know. It's ergonomic. I
You
like it.
should never rush to reholster your gun, whether that means putting it on safe and going to low ready or actually reholstering it. Should never
Yes.
rush to reholster your gun.
1000%. However, it's still nice to be able to do it quickly in case you need to use your hands for something else.
That's fair.
Also, I agree, Dusky. 45 is the way. 45 degree safety, not 45 ACP.
45 is the way.
But anyway,
caliber, not safety. I don't even know what a 45 safety is.
did you want it's the lever on the side of the 19 by God 11?
Oh, okay.
Did you come up with something else gun related besides politicians that actually do their jobs correctly that you'd like to see from SHOT next week?
Can my vote be the NSSF on fire?
It can.
Is that a good vote?
I don't think any actual gun person would have an issue with that, but I will say for legal reasons, we mean the organization and not actually people or property.
Oh no, they're gonna ban me from SHOT Show.
Hashtag free the pause. Hashtag free the gons.
It's funny because they used to call me Gonzo.
Indubitably.
Love that. I really I would like to see. I think that's realistic. I think I would like to see ammo companies, like up and coming ammo companies, like, yes, I will make you 20-cent 7.62 by 3.9. Yes, I will make you 23-cent 7.62 by 5.4R. We need, like, the market for our cheap commie block nonsense ammo has almost been entirely cut off. And it would be nice if there was an ammo company in the United States that came out and said, yeah, we'll make your steel case cheap shit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Burdan primed.
I need mag dumping into trash ammo.
Yeah.
I don't need super precise, like hit a dime at 1,000 yards ammo.
Yeah. I need hit at a dime ammo for hitting at a dime ammo things. I don't need that for my AK. I'm not going to hit a dime with my AK. I'll be lucky to hit the goddamn dollar.
Facts. And to be honest, if you have a gun and ammo that don't shoot super well, like, I mean, think about when you're a kid and you've got a Red Ryder BB gun and you start out hitting soda bottles or cans at 10 feet. And then you keep increasing the distance and you keep decreasing the size of the target of the target. And pretty soon you're headshotting squirrels out of trees at 50 yards because you've gotten so good with that gun that's not accurate, with the ammo that's not accurate, and you know your system. I think in a lot of ways, marksmanship training for an individual is better served, at least at the novice level, maybe even at the moderate level, with shittier equipment, shittier ammo that you just spend a lot of time on and you get really good. And by the way, you're not spending nearly as much money because the ammo is not as expensive because it's not as precisely made. So that when you get something nice, you're better with it.
Ace XR.
Also, yes, but
these ads.
They should. Hey, Ace, if you're listening, we'll take sponsorships.
Ace is the place.
I think that's a different company, but we'll take their sponsorship too.
It's still the place.
I mean, yeah. Also, if there is an ammo company out there that's manufacturing mass quantities of commie ammo at good prices, we'll take an ammo sponsor as well.
Duels from AR-15 said, for most guns, accuracy is the Indian, not the arrow. I'm
Yes, this is facts.
I'm genuinely not sure how to take that.
He called you an Indian, and he meant dot, not feather.
No, that's shut up, dickhead. I'm not. I'm genuinely not sure what he meant by the comment.
He meant that it's the person using the tool, not the ammunition being fired from the tool.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes 100%. Like most guns can outshoot the shooter.
Yes,
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
yes. It is the loose nut behind the butt plate, if that
Yep.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does now. The
Yeah.
way he said it didn't, but the way you did does.
I'm a translator. That's what
You're
I do.
definitely a trans something.
I'm a transformer.
Can't wait to watch you explode in a shower of sparks. Due
Nah.
to overpower. Too much voltage.
Too much something.
Can we move on? Stop making me drag this out.
You were just talking about trans and now you're talking about drags. Dude, like what's on your mind?
Dude, I was at the match.
Oh, please tell me there was a drag queen at the match.
No.
Oh.
One of my buddies from this particular match, Spencer, he walks up to one of my other buddies and he's like, do you like Imagine Dragons? And Tim looks at him and goes, no. And in my mind, I'm like, you're setting him up. So Spencer goes to somebody else. Do you like Imagine Dragons? Yeah. Can you imagine dragging these nuts across your face? Like, it's so stupid and yet so amazing. Good for him.
Okay, it's official. Anytime you ask me a random question without context, I'm never providing you an answer.
It's probably an ideal way to,
because
continue
your
about
buddy
the future.
Spencer sounds like your fucking spirit animal.
Dude, Spencer, he may as well be my spirit animal. He's pretty funny. But then again, these people, they're pretty much my people. I don't know. Like, some people don't enjoy the competition world because there genuinely is a lot of. The reason I pointed out that the guy whispering sweet encouragements in my ear was a grandmaster is because that's rare. I've encountered very few GMs in the world that are humble and kind and encouraging and pleasant. The very few that I've dealt with, one used to run a match that I used to go to a lot, and every time I showed up, I would be very friendly, and he'd look at me like I was like, "Ooh," I'd be, "Hey man, how's it going?" "Hey," that kind of dude. I found out, yes, 100%. That's right down the line of this. I actually found out later that he taught classes on how to compete better, and I also found out that he would not let anybody in his class unless you'd read his book.
God, it's so gay.
Yeah, 100% gay.
I will say, having not been a official competitor like that, sorry if you guys are hearing my dogs in the background. They're down here with me tonight.
Well, they're better than you.
That's fair. I have this conception in my mind of GMs basically, and like the super high level shooters or the people that have some sort of title being like your typical gun counter FUD or being your typical martial artist black belt, but in the competition world. Like, I'm better than you. I have no need to interact with you.
That's exactly how it felt every time I dealt with him.
Now, I will say I know way more black belts in different martial arts that are super humble and very welcoming, but that's more to do with my martial arts community and who we associate with than it is with anything else. Just in
every
case anybody
martial
out
arts
there's
community is different too.
Yeah.
Like, where I
that's
got
something we could
mine.
have talked about.
What?
That's something we could have talked about. We could have made it the martial arts podcast tonight. Sorry.
We
Anyway,
still got more. Believe it or not, we're on episode what 17.
God, is it
Let's
really
go
that
hunt,
many?
dude. You say, is it really that many? Let's go hunt. Is it 154 or something like that? 150 something episodes. Like 3 years from now, you and I are gonna look back at this conversation and be like, "Holy shit, dude!" Mostly you, because, but yeah, dude. I was going somewhere with that, I promise, and I've lost it entirely.
Sorry, I screwed you up. Dr. Scary Guy, I do.
We do. We both do. I'm a white belt in Krav, but I got a black belt on Okinawa when I was stationed there.
Nice. Also, yes, shooting is also a martial art.
He says it's a martial skill, but it's, same thing.
Yes.
Both are perishable. If you don't practice them, you lose them. I can't even remember
Facts.
half the kata from Okinawa, and that's bad. I should have been practicing. I should have been remembering, but now I'm doing Krav. Like, I one of my first ever Krav classes, instructor was like, "Damn, Mike, nice kicks." And I was like, "Black belt?" He's like, "Oh yeah, right."
Yeah. Snap kicks, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been, what is it, 2026 now? I got that black belt actually, it was January 20th, 2017. That was my first degree. That's the only degree I've got. I left the island 3 days later.
Still, I mean, it takes some, especially like there's a big difference between doing Asian martial arts in Asian countries versus doing Asian martial arts in America. Like if you don't know, you don't know, but it's taken, I think, more seriously in the Asian countries.
It is, because Asians take almost everything more seriously than Americans do.
That's fair.
Prime example, Tokyo, cleanest city I've ever been to, ever. And I've been all over the world. Tokyo's absolutely the cleanest city I've ever been to. Not a single trash can in sight. I don't know how they do it. And I'm not
I saw trash cans everywhere.
I don't remember seeing one.
They're usually not that far from the vending machines, which makes sense.
It does, actually. Oh, that's another thing about Japan. Vending machines everywhere for no... Dude, you'll be walking around. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm 100 miles from there's a vending machine. I guess I'll get a coffee.
Yes.
Weird like that.
I love Asian vending machines. I can get a cold drink and a hot can of soup from the same vending machine for less than it would cost me to get one of, not the little packs of ramen, but the like microwavable styrofoam cups of ramen that you can buy at the store that are more expensive. I can get hot drink, cold drink, hot soup for about the same price as one of those things from an American grocery store. And the soup will be better.
It will be.
Also, you can get purple sweet potato Kit Kats, which are my favorite Kit Kat ever. I knew I'd get the weeb with that one. You muted yourself. You're still muted.
Try and find a goddamn button.
There it is.
I moved my computer half an inch. Mute.
That's further than you move your pelvis at certain times.
So anyway,
Japan has some cool
Japan's
things.
A thing.
I bought my first and only MP7 in Japan.
You bought it. How did you? What?
It was one of those little models that you put together that's like action figure size.
Oh,
But yeah, it was actually two MP7s. One of them had a suppressor, one of them didn't. But I always wanted an MP7 and I wanted to buy a gun in Japan. And that was the closest I could get because I didn't want to spend legit like really good airsoft gun money. And I didn't have a way to figure out how to legally get it back because Japanese rules and American customs and all the things.
that's one thing I wish I'd kind of gotten into. As much as I liked guns when I got there, I didn't like them near as much as when I got back. But it would have been cool to get into airsoft over there.
Yeah. And so did you ever go to Akihabara? I'm assuming you did.
To what?
Akihabara? It's like the nerd mecca in Tokyo. It's where they have all the tech shops and the airsoft shops and all the things.
Oh, no, I did not. I was stationed on Okinawa. We only spent a couple days in Tokyo.
Oh, okay.
2 of which we spent walking around. We spent a few days. We 2 days we spent walking around seeing the sites, like the towers and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Shibuya, the crossing. Shibuya?
I don't think
should
I
know
went
this.
there.
Yeah, anyway, we went to the crossing, did all that stuff, and we spent the other 2 days at Tokyo Disney. So we didn't get to see too much else, which is fine. I mean,
you still got to explore and see some stuff. But like,
I got like the towers and the site. We saw the Emperor's Palace. We saw a bunch of temples and stuff like that. Like we saw some really cool shit. I'm not disappointed with our trip. I didn't even know what you're talking about actually existed at the time.
Dr. Scary Guy, first of all, the maid cafes are not worth it. Second of all, I never once saw a dirty panty vending machine. And even if you do, they're all made dirty from the factory. So
dirty panty?
Yeah, that's apparently a thing. It used to be a real thing. I did a bunch of research before I went, and then Japan cracked down on it. But essentially, it was like girls would sell their previously used undergarments and they could go in vending machines. And now, because it became such a cultural thing, there are companies that make them, but they're brand new in packaging. They just have been pre-stained from the factory. I collected
By
chopsticks.
What? Or am I better off not asking that question?
I think it's just like dye.
Fucking whores.
And then I went to Tokyo Tower.
That was
Tokyo
Tower's cool.
Standing on that plexiglass, looking at nothing but concrete in front of you or below you.
Couldn't do it.
Oh, I did it.
Nope.
I had to. I'm afraid of heights, and I had to do it. I was like, "Fuck you, you're gonna do this."
I watched the children freak out on it, and not my children. I didn't have children at the time, but there were other humans' children there. Other human children's? I don't know, whatever. And they would stand on it, and I'm like, nope. I just picture me being the one guy that's like, look, Final Destination. Bah! No, thank you.
Looking back now, don't you wish you kind of had?
Nope.
Just to take the chance, because you know that could have been the golden ticket right there, and you missed the opportunity.
To me getting Final Destination. No, thank you.
Well, now you're still alive, and you have to deal with that decision every day.
And I'm completely comfortable with that decision. And if I regretted that decision, I would admit it, but I don't regret that decision.
Oh.
I actually kneeled down and I looked out the windows and I went, nope, don't like that.
The Watcher gave us a $2 Rumble Rant, Super Chat, whatever they're called. Purge the thoughts, you know, like the dark thoughts, I'm assuming is what he means.
E-thoughts. Do I not get to see the Rumble Rants unless I'm actually in Rumble?
Yeah, I popped the chat out. That's because they won't show up on StreamYard. I found that out.
How to see the? Oh, that's right. You have to pop the chat out of Rumble and then bring it to stream. Dude, 3 years into this streaming thing. Don't know how to do it. Whatevs.
Bro, I'm 18 years into, 17 years into being an adult, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
That's adorable.
Mm.
You think you're going to figure it out. You dummy.
Oh, I didn't say I was going to figure it out. I'm just trying to say I don't know what I'm doing.
See, the way that you said that you don't know what you're doing implied that eventually you'll figure it out, and that's just...
No, I've determined that not figuring it out is more interesting. It's probably about the same level of fun, which is not at all. But at least if I don't know what I'm doing, it's more interesting, which is something.
Dr. Scary Guy said he likes to stare people in the eyes and then stand his chopsticks in the rice. Is that a cultural faux pas?
Yes.
No, I'm never taking DSG to anywhere.
No.
Literally anywhere. Hey, do you want to go to this place with Dr. Nope.
I remember standing on the side waiting for the train, like on the platform, and there's a bunch of Americans, obviously. Everybody's just talking like normal Americans talk in groups when they're out doing things together. And there was a group of Japanese people standing over to the side that were visibly uncomfortable. And I was like, hey guys, just so you know, this is like super rude for their culture. They were like, oh, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, calm the fuck down. Also, AR-15 podcast says, thought. That hoe over there. I assume he's talking about Sam.
Absolutely. I like how he had to like literally spell it out for us in a Rumble rant. That was pretty cool. Thanks for the $5.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to use that on patches.
Well, with that, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Unless you have any other final thoughts.
I didn't have any beginning thoughts. And we're not talking about hoes this time.
No, we're always talking about
just hoes.
We're always talking about hoes.
I've got hoes.
Yeah. Hoes. I need to plant a garden, so we're always talking about hoes.
In different area codes. That's
so anyway. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Oh, go ahead.
One more Rumble rant. The Watcher said Japan sounds like it needed more nukes.
I don't know. I mean, we got anime.
Yeah. We got Skylines.
We got Skylines in New York.
No, we have this Skyline. We don't have that sky. Well, I guess we have some of those in New York, but you know what? The Skyline, the Skyline to which you were referring of New York can eat its own fucking dick. It's too many goddamn people.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Before we go, did you hear, since the Watcher brought it up, did you hear that recently Nagasaki was trying to set the world record for the world's largest firework? And I'm over here like,
they already did.
We already beat you to that.
I did not hear that, but that is quite. Which was that, the bigger one or the littler one?
It was the bigger one.
Okay, got it. I was like, maybe Nagasaki or Hiroshima beat them to it. I don't know. 1
or 2 kilotons, not much. They weren't very big bombs. I mean,
no,
at the time they were, but compared to what we got now, I believe Hiroshima was like 7 kilotons or something like that, which really isn't all that much.
I don't remember. I did get to go in the cockpit of a B-52 once, and they actually had curtains for all the windows in the cockpit that they would draw just in case they dropped a nuke and flew away, so that the pilots could still see after the nuke went off.
I have contacts in the buff world. I am going to look at that the next time I have the opportunity to climb in one, if ever, because I would like to see your nuke curtains.
Yes.
Nuke curtains. It's like meat curtains, but better.
All right. Well, lady and gentlemen, the lady being the Watcher, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of AK-47 Radio. Before we go, the party demands feedback from its citizens. Please leave us a review. If you don't, well,
don't say please. That'll make them think that it's optional. Leave us a fucking review.
I was gonna say if you don't, maybe we'll Maduro your ass, but
I'm all right.
Okay. Anonymity is guaranteed, just like your access to food and basic supplies. Get out there and serve the party with pride. Take your arms and gear out to the field. Go train. A prepared Wolverine is a live Wolverine. And with that, we will see you next week. Happy New Year for the second week in a row.
Happy second New Year. It's like The Hobbit. What about second New Year?
Second breakfast.